Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Katelyn from Florals.com and today I'm back with Mood Board Madness with Sara, Scraps, and I, and we decided this week to do cards for our mood board and hopefully you guys enjoy. I've pulled out some starter supplies. I don't know where they'll take me, but I wanted to share them with you guys. If you haven't already seen my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit share for the month of November, definitely check it out because some of these supplies are in there. But I really wanted to use this new set that I've had from Mama Elephant for a while, and this is the Happy Chic Wishes set, which has a New Year sentiment and holiday sentiment, so it's perfect for the holiday cards coming up that I need to do. I also have in that kit my Hero Hues Pigment Ink in Unicorn, which I haven't used, which I thought would be fun to sort of experiment here today. I also have my Chardonnay wood veneer bits. These little stars are perfect for Christmas, holidays, birthdays, all the stuff in between, so I think those will be perfect touches for the final bit of the card. Then I also pulled out some inks inspired by the mood board that you saw at the beginning of this video. So I pulled out Distress ink in Chipped Sapphire and Distress ink in Hickory Smoke. I just thought those might blend nicely together to inspire some of those like soft, suede-y looks from the mood board. But if you guys are inspired to play along, make sure you tag Sara and I in your projects over on Instagram or Facebook. We would love to see them, of course. But let's dive in and see where this takes us today for a fun card making journey. It's been a long time, it's been a while. Got some ink blending tools here. We'll see if those get used in the process, but I'm really excited to share a finished card with you guys. And if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to Sara and I. Sara made a lovely card that you guys need to check out. And similarly, you don't want to miss out on our future Mood Board Madness videos because there's a lot of inspiration to come from mood boards. And we would love for you guys to play along and take inspiration from the mood boards and the projects we create with them. But hopefully you guys enjoy the final card and I'll be back to share it all with you. Hello friends and welcome to the process for this card. What I started off by doing was my ink blending on this Nina Solar White cardstock that is cut to 4 by 5 1/4 because I plan to have a border of the actual card base around that. So I used the two colors I pointed out earlier. I originally start with a lighter coat and then realize I do want that sort of rich color they both come with and end up going a little bit hardcore and blending those two together. Not super well, it doesn't need to be perfect because we are going to stamp over a majority of it anyway. I just really like the transition of the color and got those colors inspired from the mood board. And if you guys are playing along, again, don't forget to tag Sara and I in your project so we can see what you're creating and what you're up to. But I have been so wanting to use this stamp set, and I figured blue, gold, silver, everything in the mood board, velvet even, reminds me of New Year's, so I thought a New Year's card was perfect for today's project, and I ended up loving the stamps that I had put into my kit this month because it is just perfect for New Year's, for holidays, for birthdays. It covers the gambit. So I wanted to put both of these on there and stamp them with my brand new Hero Hues from Hero Arts Unicorn White ink. I've never used it before. This is my first time using it, and I just got it a couple weeks ago, and I'm really happy with the results. It does take a long time to dry, so if you're not someone who owns a heat gun or anything like that, just keep that in mind. And I did end up letting the first coat sit to see how it would react with the Distress inks, and then I went back in for a second and third coat because you don't want to press too hard with a pigment ink because it can sort of squish out differently. And here you'll see I'm not happy with sort of the toppers of each of the large letters. I like the way New Year looks. It almost looks like I wrote it myself with a gel pen. And in the close-ups at the end, you'll kind of see that it does sort of have that sort of bleed effect, which isn't too bad, but it is something you might want to keep in mind if you're looking to try stamping in white. Now, I didn't want to just do some stamping and call it done. I wanted to try out some sort of other products on here. So I pull out some shimmers, blings in the gold color, and I picked this one up particularly from Spiegel Mom Scraps, which I will have linked up below, as well as shimmers. If you guys have not tried out their products, they are so cool and you can use them in so many ways. And what I end up doing is sort of using this like a gold flake around the edge of my card front here, and it ends up looking so cool. You'll see here when it dries that it just looks so epic, and it has a texture to it that is just so regal. It's almost like an actual gold leaf. It has that like crunchy texture, which I think is super fun. And if you want a watery look, you can add water to these to make it more watercolor, but I really like the texture it brought to the page. Here's where I start gluing it down. Now again, the white does take a very long time to dry, so what I end up doing is putting the adhesive on my card base, which is 110-pound craft cardstock, cut to 4¼ by 5½ when scored down the middle, and I put that in place without touching the white ink, so it is still all drying, but I can manage to adhere it nonetheless. And I wanted to pull in a few of these Chardonnay wood veneer pieces. These stars are perfect for New Year's. It's definitely an emblem I always think of when a new year is coming. There's stars, there's fireworks, all of the above. So I ended up putting some of those on, and I did think about painting them or sort of gilding them with that gold shimmers again, but I ended up not doing so. I thought the wood veneer added a nice touch to sort of tie in the craft color that we used for the base. And then I go in with a gold Nouveau drop, and I haven't used the gold in a while, so I got a little test scrap. Always have test scraps around, always have some extra spare white cardstock. I use it to sort of block my fingers from collecting ink. You saw me use it earlier for that, and it's just a nice thing to have around. And so I went really hardcore with the gold Nouveau drops here. I end up doing some very, very micro small ones, and I'm super excited for how they'll look. Now, I was not sure how they'll react to the Distress ink, but I know people have used them before and it's fine. So I end up doing sort of this cascade of them up and down the corners, and I just really love how it turned out, and hopefully you guys do too. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Overall, a really easy card, especially if you have a nice heat tool or something to dry your project in between the layers, between the background, the white ink, and all of that stuff. You have a lot of dry time built in, and with the edge painted and of course the Nouveau drops there at the end. But I think it is absolutely stunning, and I can't wait to send this out at the end of the year to celebrate 2022 right around the corner. Let me know in the comments down below if you do New Year's cards. Don't forget to also check out Sarah's video, which will be linked down below, because you don't want to miss out on our cards this week. But thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye!